Uh, Tēnā tātou katoa, we seek wisdom, understanding, insights into the views and circumstances of others, strength to seek what we believe in, humility to accept the combined decisions of others, patience, good humour at all times, tolerance and courtesy while working in the best interests of our community. Yes, I am going to mention it. First of all, fantastic. We are the champions. I'm looking particularly at Councillor Shane Henderson, who has been avoiding his parenting duties to watch cricket all night, but still turning up at council meetings, despite the bleary-eyed look that he is giving all of us. But a special acknowledgement of the first ever World Championship in cricket tests that the Black Caps have won. We've come a long way since the 1950s, when sometimes we were bowled out for double figures, and to beat England and then to beat India, probably previously regarded as the best team in the world, is an absolute outstanding achievement by our Black Caps. And to have Ross Taylor and Kane Williamson at the crease to win that victory, one a veteran and one a fantastic leader of the team, really produced a perfect ending to that game. So for the duration of this meeting, this is going to sit somewhere here, just to remind you all that there are things to celebrate for the team of 5 million that were supporting our Black Caps. I thought I'd also mention the other issue, which is a less celebratory one, and that is the movement of Wellington to level 2. Here in Auckland, we have experience of being at a different level from the rest of the country on several occasions, so we have an empathy towards people in the capital today, but we also take a pretty strong reminder that COVID is still rampant, that COVID has intruded now into both Melbourne and Sydney in recent times, as well as other places that had been COVID-free from the beginning, such as Taiwan, and a special call for people to remain vigilant, to follow the rules, to get vaccinated when they get their call up, and certainly if you are feeling ill, please don't come to work. If you have any of the symptoms, please make sure you're tested, and please make sure you isolate until you get the results of that testing. I think those things are pretty important. Now, we begin our formal business, which is first of all apologies, and I have apologies for early departure from Councillor Al Filipaina and from Councillor Desley Simpson. Are there any other apologies? Sorry? On council business, sorry. Early departure on council business for Councillor Simpson. So I'll move that we accept the apologies. Have I got a seconder for that? Councillor Henderson, just to show that he was here and awake at the time. All those in favour, please say aye. To the contrary, no. Carried. We have requests for electronic attendance by Councillor Chris Fletcher, Councillor Sharon Stewart and Councillor Paul Young. So I'll move that we approve electronic attendance for those councillors, seconded by Councillor Wayne Walker. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. Carried. And if I can thank Councillor Stewart as chair of the Civil Defence Committee for accompanying me for all afternoon on Saturday as we inspected the damage done by the tornado in Papatoetoe. And our thoughts are with the people of Papatoetoe again. I'm visiting again tomorrow. I was there Saturday and Sunday, tomorrow with the Prime Minister. And I just want to also acknowledge our Auckland Emergency Management team and all of the services that actually meant that we'd responded promptly and effectively to that disaster. I was up north at Dairy Flats planting trees with council and got the call through. By the time I got there at midday, the command centre had been set up. I'd been on the phone to to both Councillor Alfilipina and Fesso Collins, and all of the services were there. Some remarkable damage, equally remarkable resilience faced by the people that were affected by it. Alfred referred me to a lady he knew through his league connections, whose house had been, the roof had been just totally blown off. And I called in to see her. She's a feisty woman, as you know, Councillor. And her son was sitting in the car right outside the house at the time the tornado hit, and he was on his way to play for the Papatoe Panthers League Club. And terrifying experience, he sat there and videoed the whole event. I think most of us would have been under the dashboard hoping to hell that we weren't picked up and tossed through the air. But great stories, community assistance there. One guy, I just want to mention, Raju, runs a company called One Builders, had the whole team of his workforce out there voluntarily putting tarpaulins over the damaged roofs of houses. People with their barbecues out in the street, helping feed those that were working. Groups such as the Gudwara at Takanini, who we know does great work, but they're distributing hot drinks and hot food. Really fantastic to see the way the community came together on that. So, you know, we'll celebrate the Black Caps, but we'll also celebrate, you know, that other spirit of New Zealanders when they're hit hard to respond. And our thoughts, of course, go to the family of the man killed at the inland port. I rang his widow yesterday and expressed on behalf of all of you our condolences for that situation. Right, I don't think I've yet put the electronic vote to attendance, have I? Or did I do that? I did, okay, just checking. Declaration of interest, anyone with any interest that they need to declare? Councillor Cooper.
Me, but I just wanted to add to that Councillor Henderson and I attended the gentleman's, Mr Prasad's funeral yesterday and took your condolences with us. There were over 500 people there and they're getting a huge amount of support, but they do live in our community in Henderson, so we're going to be asking for your support too, to try and get Mrs Prasad and her children permanent residency, because they have been working towards it. So we'll come and see you about that. If we can lend our weight to the people that are trying to do that so they can secure their life. They've already been here 6 to 7 years.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a very sad and tragic affair, but I think there's a lot of support around the family.
You know, thank you for that, and thank you, Councillors Cooper and Henderson, for attending that. I wasn't able to get to the funeral itself, and I'd be happy to add my voice to representations to the Minister of Immigration to consider sympathetically that application. I think we're all thinking of the 10-year-old boy and the 13-year-old girl that have been left without a dad, and they have been here for some time. They've been educated in our system, and we hope that we can add our voices to achieving that end result for them. Right, we now have confirmation of minutes, the minutes of the meeting on the 27th of May 2021. I'll move that we accept those minutes, seconded by Councillor Simpson. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no, carried. Petitions, there are no petitions. We have one request for public input from the Drowning Prevention Auckland, who wish to make a submission on the navigation safety bylaw under item 11. However, under section of our standing orders 7.7.4b, there has already been a consultation process that they were involved in, and it wouldn't be appropriate to hear from them again, so that was declined. We now come to item number 7, local board input. We have received